Howdy, I'm Big Juicy, and today we're cooking Jalapeño Chicken Poppers. These are chicken thighs stuffed with jalapeno and cream cheese, wrapped in bacon and smoked to perfection. I'll finish them off with a little bit of sweet barbecue sauce to cut the heat. Come on, let's get started. Alright, first we're going to take some boneless, skinless chicken thighs and trim them up. You just get rid of these large lobes of fat that are on each side of the chicken thigh. And you can toss that away. Once they're all trimmed up, we're going to take them and cut them in either half or in threes, depending on the size of the chicken thigh. You want to cut them this way because the meat kind of rolls up this way and it makes it easier to wrap them later. So you just cut about like that. And then we'll stack these up and continue cutting through the rest of them. Once you have the pieces cut up, I usually season them with a little bit of Tony's. About like that. Not too much. We will be using a half a strip of bacon for each popper. I normally use the thin sliced bacon because it provides flavor without being too much. If you can do math, you'll need 1.5 strips of bacon per chicken thigh. So for 6 chicken thighs, that'll be about 10. So simple, just cut them in half. To prep the jalapenos, we'll cut the stem off, throw it away, and then cut them in half. And then I like to use a spoon to remove the seeds. If you have a spoon that your son's thrown in the garbage disposal and it's made some rough edges, it really helps to have those teeth to take the seeds out. And so it's just like this. You'll take the seeds out. And then, depending on the size of your jalapeno peppers, you may need to cut them in half, but these are pretty big, so we'll do them in thirds. So we'll just continue this for the rest of them. Now to assemble these, I take a spoonful of cream cheese and pile it up in one of the jalapeno pieces. Then I'll take one of the chicken thigh strips and wrap it in there. And it's good to use a toothpick to kind of pull both of these sides together. Now you take a piece of bacon stab it on the toothpick and wrap it the other way, not the same way that the chicken thigh was wrapped. For you mathematicians out there, that's 90 degrees. And so it keeps the cream cheese and stuff from falling out. So we just continue on the same way until all of them are stuffed and covered. Alright, so we got them all assembled. Now it's time to light up and start smoking. Well, I have a fire going on in my smoker with some pecan wood, and temperature should be around 250 or so. It's not too critical. And we'll just lay these out on the far side of the grill and space them out so they're not touching, so the smoke can get all around them. That was a little smaller, so we'll stick it over here. Then close it up and cook until done. If you're not a smoker, you can set them on a baker's rack that's laid inside a rimmed baking sheet and put them in the oven at about 300 until they're nice and brown. Well, it's been about an hour and 15 minutes and the poppers have a nice color on them, so now we're going to just glaze them with a little bit of barbecue sauce, not too much. This is a Kansas City style barbecue sauce, so it's pretty sweet and it just cuts the heat a bit. You can use whatever sauce you want. So we'll get these all glazed and let them go for just a couple more minutes to let the glaze set on them. It's been about 15 minutes and these are ready to come off. You know, the nice thing about chicken thighs is they're pretty difficult to overcook. So you have some flexibility in the temperature swings, and it's not like some other meats that are real sensitive. Look at that. You know, jalapeno chicken poppers are a great appetizer to add to the smoker while you're cooking a brisket or maybe some ribs. The name has a funny origin. Some people think it came from the shape of a popular fishing lure called the popper. Other people think the addictive nature of the appetizer brought back memories of a drug called amyl nitrates in the 70s disco era. They were also known as poppers. Whatever the origin, I don't really care. These things are good. Just the right balance of smokiness and bacon. Have a nice heat from the jalapeno and smooths it all out with the cream cheese. These are addictive. Well, I'm Big Juicy, and this has been Big Juicy Tidbit number 3, Chicken Jalapeno Poppers. You can find the recipe and more on my website at www.bigjuicytidbits.com. Well, until next time, keep it juicy.